All right, so yes, crazy morning again today. Markets were kind of iffy. We'll look through everything again right now. But all in all, it was a mixed kind of day. The morning went really well. So this morning we had entered this Tesla play right here. I kept this open so you can see the value of the contract and how it moved throughout the day. This was extremely successful, far more successful than I originally anticipated. So let's see. Let me find my screenshots. So these are my positions that I was in today, right? Tesla 245 call, which is what's open right now. This expires on 17th November. I didn't need to close it today, but it was getting a little iffy right here. What you can see on the screen with the red candles, Tesla was kind of pulling back. My average was 2.63, right? My average was 2.63. I closed it at 3. Because I saw this tiny candle here again, and I wasn't too sure how much more it would go. So when this big candle occurred and the $3, that was it. But then boom, it went all the way to 5.3, right? So 2.6 to 5 is pretty much almost 100%. 5.3 is over 100%, and that was gorgeous, gorgeous day. Looking at the master list real quick, markets were quite a mix, quite a mix. Wasn't really sure where things would actually go, to be honest. So MicroStrategy right here was like probably the most powerful one today, where it stayed green, showed more green even after hours, for obvious reasons, because crypto flew, right? So again, crypto's been on this roller coaster sine wave, where you can see right now around 13 o'clock, so 2 o'clock roughly, 1 o'clock roughly, it started flying, right? It started flying big time, recovered back to its 38K region now, and it's looking great. So MicroStrategy ended really well. Other than that, I would say most of the market was just fluctuating. So you can see SPY maintaining support out of the 449.25 area. 449 has been a good bouncing spot so far. So we'll have to see what happens tomorrow if bulls kind of walk away or bears fail and the market just flies. Now Meta sank big time. Meta didn't do too good, coming down to 330 for the day from an opening of about 338. So those puts went huge if anyone played it. But overall, not much happening. AVGO had a sink after hours down to 950. So I'm looking forward to watching this tomorrow for sure. I want to see if AVGO can recover. A lot of buyers should be dipping in tomorrow to bring it back to 981 and so on. So I wouldn't be shocked if tomorrow AVGO is the play that's really soaring. Other than that, let's take a look at general news. Now, I will say that markets were mixed in the sense that PPI data and all that didn't really tend to have much of an impact today at all. It didn't really do too much per se. So we're not really like flowing. Inflation surprises continue with PPI. Bulls failed to follow through after yesterday's big move, but a cooler than expected inflation print helped hold on to the stock market's gains. So 9 of 11 sectors closed green. You can see the heat map right here. Pretty diverse. Nothing shining much, but the Tesla we did is great, and LLY is bright red, right? So bright green, bright red. Netflix also looking good. In fact, I always love looking at LLY. Pharma falling is always a beautiful thing, and damn, they fell pretty hard today. Okay, so they're below the 600 now. So now this is going to be worth watching to see, what's next. Are we going to have a continuation of the sine wave? So we're going to have more red days, which makes it very easy to play puts. LLY reported a USD 1.13 dividend. Okay, so an ex dividend Tuesday, no 40. All right, so yeah, not much else happening for them right now, but it's been immensely powerful. LLY is very powerful. I remember looking at it when it was under 400. And then this era started right here, March and April, where Ozempic was introduced, and then boom, even more with Ozempic becoming mainstream for weight loss and obesity. Great medication. It's been extremely successful, right? So seeing it sink today is, and seeing it sink anytime is always a pleasure, but it's always a sign to see like, all right, should we start looking at, grabbing shares, getting calls, what's happening? U.S. producer prices experienced their largest monthly drop since April 2020, falling 0.5% in October. What does that mean? Well, not much, because manufacturing activity remains mixed, with the Empire State Manufacturing Survey showing modest growth during October. So, it's a pretty hit and miss kind of a thing. Automakers remain in focus still, and Disney shares continue to rebound after catching a few analyst upgrades. Chinese stocks catch a bid. So Chinese stocks have underperformed for several quarters, over a year now, as concerns about its slow economic recovery had investors looking elsewhere. However, after solid results from JD.com and better than expected economic data, traders are putting these stocks back on their radars, right? So we can see here the Chinese ETF Queb drawdown. If this breaks out above this black line, the downtrend will have hopefully ended, right? So let's take a look at JD.com real quick. So let me see my Chinese. Yeah, China Magic is not it, but I have to add to this list. JD. So yeah, it's definitely on a trend, start of a trend at least. It'd be interesting to see this come back big time. Baba. Yep, Green Day. Right, so pre-market pop, and then a little bit more even after open. So still maintaining green even after hours. Pretty powerful. That's nice. That's always nice to see. All in all, I'm not too impressed. So I personally would wait more to see powerful movements before I do anything. Target hits its marks. Remember, we talked about earnings, how they can cause a big impact on the rest of the market and the way investors will act. So looks like Target did pretty good, right? Huge jump right here, over 20%. So let's take a look at that real quick as well. Consumers are out there, right? So massive pop pre-market and a little more after hours, and then it held. So that's always beautiful. That's really nice. We might see this continue on into other things like Costco and BJ's and so on. So always something worth watching. Great sentiment, very bullish movement. So retail is maintaining its power. Tech Titans continue reporting, and we're seeing here Palo Alto. Right, Palo Alto shares continue their pullback from all-time highs, falling about 7% after the bell. Bullish sentiment still, and definitely something that's on my master list. Cisco, let's see, down 11%. So I've seen Cisco, and I've mentioned this before, and I'll say it again. I've seen Cisco in the past where it had bad earnings, but then popped big time the next day. So clearly the sank, excuse me, sank pretty heavily, down almost 12%. So tomorrow I'll be watching for this to fly big time, right? This is a very big watch for me usually, and I'm gonna have to see this. This came down to 44 at a point, but then clearly buyers balanced it down to 48 roughly, 47. So we're gonna have to see if this tomorrow pops big time as buyers just come back in. Cisco is huge company. If you've worked in offices, you've probably seen different kinds of Cisco devices in that office, so it's not someone to sleep on. Bullets from the day: German regulators consider Ozempic export ban amid shortages. So as Europe's health system grapple with the diabetes treatment shortage driven primarily by its weight loss benefits, the country is considering the export ban to allow supplies to catch up with demand. Well, that would really suck because that would make it more expensive here. And it's already very expensive to begin with. Forward Health launches a self-contained AI-powered doctor's office. The company started its journey to scale healthcare in 2017, and staffing with technology solutions like body scanners, smart sensors, and algorithms that can diagnose ailments. Done without a physician present for $99 a month. That's crazy. Wait, is this a public company? Let's take a look. Forward Health. No, it's not. It's not public yet. Interesting, or maybe something I'm missing. Yeah, very interesting. Let's take a look at a little more of this. Forward, okay. Forward, launch of Tech Forward. This is pretty futuristic, and it's in CarePods. Very, very interesting. If they do go public, this would probably bring in a lot of investors. So this is going to be something big to keep an eye on and see how it actually progresses. I mean, the main thing it takes away is that compassion and other things that you look for from a physician, which is always, a bit of a hit and miss, right? Sometimes you get an amazingly compassionate physician that understands you and dedicates themselves to you. Sometimes you don't, and that's just how it is. Microsoft takes on NVIDIA by making custom AI chips. Humongous AI is still is still relevant, so we'll see how that goes. China's ByteDance is the latest tech giant to back away from gaming, and Meta looks to offload download oversight to the app stores and parents, which is probably why it sank today, right? So that's really it for today. I mean, we had, another great day of good plays. The SPY 450 call also soared. I closed this at $3. Overall, the account was up 1,000 today, so we're growing, and slowly but surely the account will be hopefully hitting that 25K margin point again, and we can go back to being a margin account. Trying to see, where am I supposed to? Oh, there we go. Account, yeah. So 5,400 now, right? And things are looking pretty good here, right? So daily profit loss. The first day I traded on this account was a red day. Then we have this green day, this today, and we're gonna continue having green days. And this first day will probably be the only red day of ever, right? So let's see how that goes. But all in all, this week we're up to $400, which is pretty fucking awesome. And the stock, the portfolio hopefully will continue to just keep booming. So tomorrow we're going to try to make this reach at least 8,000, and eventually maybe by Friday get to double digits, 10,000, and that'd be pretty awesome. So join the ride, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.